We jump in, we groove, we go big, and then we slow back down and let the rider kind of mellow off the ride. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to BandLab Plus Coffee. It's time to wake up, wind up, and cue up with another excellent track. Today we've got Altunes as part of Subtract Records with the song HauntU. Or is that HauntU? Or is it Haunt University? Or is that DJTatious, the Haunt University? If you know, you know. So, without further ado, to the lab! Excellent track. Over here on the lab, we've got HauntU by Altunes as part of Subtract Records. Altunes repping 254 followers, but this guy is focusing more on plays. You can see it in his posts. He's very positive, very much a quick learner, and just is flourishing. So when I say collaboration is key, make sure you keep this guy in mind because he's doing it, and it's sounding good. We've got HauntU over here. Looks like the waveform is super dynamic. We're going to start small and we're going to get big. It's got 9 likes, including one of our own, 15 plays, and the description says, "Guess who's back? Back again. Altunes back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? 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 Guess who's back?" You wondered how long I was going to do that, didn't you? Hey, y'all, I'm back. I took a different approach to this special Halloween track. Rather than my usual dubstep, I've created some EDM. It's not whack. The genre is much harder than it appears, so cut him some slack. Thanks for your patience. Going to submit to I Am Undiscovered Records is putting together a Halloween playlist. If you haven't heard, if you don't know, now you know. And happy Halloween. So if you do have Halloween tracks, don't forget, you too can submit to Undiscovered Records. Let's go ahead and take a listen to Altunes' track, HauntU. Blue Sky says, "Great haunting intro. Got that hocus pocus musical feel in there too. Perfect haunting track." What was haunting is how I just said perfect. Oh yeah, I feel it. It's getting epic. Oh, nice hit. The high notes. I really do like this, but I like the fact that like the xylophone has the island feel, but also could be like skeleton bones. Altunes, where are my lyrics? Where are my lyrics? Ha! This is so Bass Hunter with some machine sounds from Skrillex. Oh, I already know what I want more of.
Don't you dare leave things like that.
Wah. Wah. Nice. I love how we're adding layers here. That was 2. And we change it. Great job, buddy. Ooh, werewolf? Monster? Tiger? Someone slurping from a straw. Now we're gonna wind down. I do very much enjoy the roller coaster. We start, we go, and then we come back. What's that roller coaster that does that? Not the Ring of Fire, but the one that goes and then just becomes a backward roller coaster. Awesome track, Altunes. HauntU, Altunes as part of Subtract Records. Released yesterday for us. That's going to be a few days ago because you are watching this in the future. But what I will say is that there is so much to love in this track. Let's get to it. 2 things I love and 1 thing I want more of. The first thing I love about this track is what I mentioned. We start slow, we jump in, we groove, we go big, and then we slow back down and let the rider kind of mellow off the ride. Starting with these, so I guess the first thing I love is how we ramp up and ramp out. Starting with these chimes or these bells, and then we add the cathedral bells as well. Now we're going to add the EDM elements, the synthesizers, and then we jump right into it. Okay, we've got the xylophone, but now we have our kick and our hits. Some sound effects. Really great job of building this. Add more. I really want the lyrics for that. So every 2 bars, we're adding or we're subtracting or we're doing great things with the track. So I really, really very much dig that we just continue to let the track move through and evolve the way that it does. That's the first thing I love. And you can tell by the waveform that it does continue to get bigger and bigger and bigger until we decide to come to the end. New elements every few bars. That's one thing I really do like. And that includes some of those great transition elements. Boom. Boom. You'll hear those things kind of throughout the song, and those are great as well. All part of the addition and subtraction process to keep us entertained as listeners. The second thing I love may not be what anyone's thinking, but I really love the vocals here. Like I said, they give me this bass hunter vibe. And here's why I said they may not be what anyone's thinking because there are so many elements to the track. But the way that I'm looking at it is the track was designed as this electronic track for these little break-ins. I don't know exactly what the lyrics are because we don't have them here. But what I can say is I can say that it's haunting and it's creepy. And it's with the title HauntU and with it sounding like he's saying, I love you or I haunt you. This idea that you are following them around or it's very disconcerting. It's very creepy and haunting and in a very tense way. So not only that, but we have those bass hunter style lyrics. The way that things fade in, the way they filter in, and all of that just kind of lines up with that sort of a track. Lots of great panning back and forth, lots of great filtering all around the vocals that are designed to give us even more to chew on. So the first thing I love is this really great addition and subtraction. The way the track is incredibly dynamic throughout the entire 2 minutes and 56 seconds. And the second thing I really enjoy are the vocals. If I can find them.
Don't you dare leave things like that.
So not only are the instruments and the electronic synthesizers doing different things and being incredibly dynamic, the vocal is being dynamic throughout as well. The way that it's processing, the way that we're feeding it through, and the way that we're performing it as well. And when I say we, I mean Altunes, but the way that it's being performed is also very dynamic. So everything about this track is an excellent roller coaster full of dynamics. And if there's one thing that I preach a lot other than collaboration, it's dynamics in your music and how they keep everyone interested. And this kept me interested from beginning to end. Now, if there's one thing that I want more of,
Don't you dare.
so if there's one thing I want more of, when we get into the vocals 2/3 of the way through the song here, you'll hear kind of what I'm looking for.
Don't you dare leave things like that.
You can hear that the vocals kind of separate more. And so you get a little bit more of them. So it creates the mix as it stands is a good mix. It's just very amalgamous. There are a lot of things happening at once, and that's really great, and it gives us a lot to chew on. But in this particular case, with everything happening and with these vocals, we may need to make some EQ moves as well as some volume decisions, just as simple as volume decisions, to bring things either to the forefront or behind. What do we want the listener to hear at any given time? If it's the vocals, then we should hear the vocals. And while we hear the vocals there, what I'm getting more of is I'm getting the xylophone. And that's probably due to the frequency spectrums that they inhabit. But perhaps next time we either sidechain the xylophone so that it ducks out of the way of the vocal every time, or we just turn down the xylophone or take out some of the more prominent frequencies in that, like, I don't know, 1600 to 2000 range that it kind of sounds like it might be hitting at. It could be anywhere from 1 to 2000, but in there is something that is causing that xylophone to poke through the mix and outshine the vocals. So we have to decide, do we want people to listen to the xylophone or do we want them to hear the vocals? If the vocals are just part of the track, then we need to pull them back even further and wash them out even more. We need to make it very clear to the listener what they're listening to at any given time. What do you want them to hear? Do you want them to hear the singing and the message? Or do you want them to hear the melodies being played by the xylophone? That is kind of what I want more of throughout the track. We have such excellent vocals. I personally want those to be at the forefront of the mix. And if that means making some decisions to muffle the instruments that are getting in the way, we have to do that. And another way that we can really do that, if we want those instruments to shine, anytime there's vocals, we can sidechain the elements that we want to duck out of the way and essentially bring the volume down. And then what we do is anytime the vocal stops and that sidechain stops working, those instruments come back to the forefront. They're allowed to do their thing. So they go from being condensed and put in a box where the highs are lower and the lows are higher, and they just this squished thing, and it's in the background, and then the vocal stops and it goes whoom, back up and really flourishes back to the front. That is probably what I would do here, because you do have some relatively like banging instrumental hits that we really want to hit home. And so it would be really nice for the volume on those to peak up just a little bit more in the mix. So 2 things I love. I love the dynamics. The second thing I love is those bass hunter style vocals and how those vocals also feed into the dynamics. The one thing that I want more of is I want mix decisions to be made based on what we want the listener to hear. That's it. It's an excellent track. Everyone should jump over to BandLab and listen to HauntU by Altunes at Altunes as part of Subtract Records. Great track. Deserves far more than 16 plays. And you know what? While you're over there, you should go ahead and follow DJTatious as well on BandLab, YouTube, wherever you choose to consume your social media. Lots of great things are happening. And, if you just want more BandLab in your life, go ahead and check out this video. Other than that, thanks for waking up, winding up, and queuing up another excellent track with me, and I will see you next time.